everyone, guess what? Just kidding. We're here with Razor Attack. They're based out of Sweden, started in 2020-ish. Um, Debut album came out last year, which I just listened to. I love the traditional heavy metal sound. Um, One of my like I'll call them a local band, but they tour internationally. Savage Master, they're right there in
Hmm.
that vein. Man, they're fucking phenomenal too. Adam, Stacy, love you all. They're just such a great band. And you guys had just put out what two singles, right? Um,
Yeah, two singles
Sorry,
from an upcoming album.
when is that?
The
When's the
last
album
one.
coming out?
Well, we're working on it. We'll try to do it in 2026.
Hell yeah,
Yeah. The last
hell yeah,
single, "You Are Evil," it came out like 2 weeks ago.
yeah. Yeah, what a fucking. I feel like between, the debut and this, I know it's not been like super long, but I can see a progression in like the overall like sound. Um,
Yeah,
how often do you guys like practice?
we used to practice more before. Now, a couple of times a month only, and then when we have a gig, we practice some before the gigs, and we have more and more gigs. So
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Now, obviously with you guys being so new, and kind of the location of where you're at is why I bring this up. How often do you guys get out like out of the country and play shows?
Oh. So we've only played in Sweden so far. Yeah. Uh, we play a few shows here around where we live, and then a few small festivals and club gigs. This year we have played, I think, 8 shows.
Something
Uh,
like that. We're very close to an average of one a month in 25.
Yeah. What's the goal for 26?
well, we were hoping for uh, some larger festivals, rock festivals. We have a few quite big festivals close to where we live, like Skogsröjet. Well, you probably never heard of them, but yeah.
That's okay. I mean, like everyone's got festivals, but you guys like Sweden's not too far from Germany, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
You
so
could
so you've got
you could
like
go with a
Wacken and
car.
oh yeah, that's easy then. I think Europe has so many festivals. You could almost like tour just festivals. Yeah,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
quite, but kind of close. Um, what's your strategy for like getting into those festivals? What are you doing to make that happen?
Well, first I contact them, but it's rarely that I get a response. But I think when we release some new stuff, we always get some attention. Like singles, we get some attention, and then when we release the album, we got a lot of reviews, and we got played on the YouTube channel, New Wave of Traditional Heavy Metal full albums. They played our album like a few thousand times,
Hell yeah, that's
so
cool.
that was great.
Do you feel like those things really benefit the band? Do you see like a direct correlation in like subscribership or listeners or viewers or anything after that?
Well, it goes up and down. I think we are still quite a small band. We get some we get some real interesting like some guy from the Netherlands contact us through email. He said, I want to buy your album and our EP from 2021, and then we ship it to him in Netherlands, and another guy from Germany as well. And every now and then, some guy comes up and wants to buy something, and that's fun. So I think if you're if you're really into this niche, you could find us, and some people just want to collect the stuff like the records. They contact us to get the album.
Oh yeah.
So that's nice. So I think some people know we're there at least.
Yeah. Yeah, but like so, I guess my biggest thing is like I always wonder about like the playlist and like how that translates for the band because I see a lot of people going, "Oh man, I really want to just, get on as many playlists as possible," which it really like playlists on Spotify, I feel like that inaccurately like it flubs the numbers. Like, oh, this
Yeah.
song had all these streams, but like at the end of the day, especially for a band, like, do the streams really matter? Or would it
No,
would it
not
make more
really.
sense that to have, the people at the show, right?
Yeah, no, we promoted a few of our singles a lot, so we got more streams on a few of the songs. But then uh, there's one song that's always streamed more on Spotify, and that's a song called Armageddon. So I think we did really good with that song because and that song gets consistently streams all the time.
It's a good song.
So some of the songs they're like when we do a campaign, they get some streams, and then uh, yeah, it's really hard to guess what people are after actually.
Well, I
So
don't
sorry,
think it's
we
like
didn't really. Sorry, we didn't really present the band, you know. So I'm the vocalist, and Louis plays the bass, and Antos is the riff master on guitar. So Antos wrote the song Armageddon with riff and all. So he's sort of the star of the band.
yeah, hell yeah.
I don't know about that, but yeah, I did write that song. Yeah, I did.
Hell yeah.
And
Like,
Antos also had a really viral moment on TikTok. He played the theme tune to a children's cartoon, and we played it in metal style, and people just wanted to hear that and see that.
hell yeah. They love
Bumbibjörnarna.
let's do something crazy with it.
Yeah, we
So,
tried, Beverly Hills, the show. We did that. So that went quite okay. But when you do a children's cartoon in metal style, that's what people want.
oh yeah. I think what was there was one that Mike Portnoy was playing the drum set, the little children's like drum set.
Oh
The
yeah, a
Hello
Hello
Kitty
Kitty
drum
drum
set.
kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
epic.
That, it's it's really cool to see that kind of shit. Because people dig into it. They want to know like what can you do with this? And I think that is a testament to skill versus equipment. If you've got
Yeah.
the skill, it doesn't matter what you're playing. You can make it sound really good. So
Yeah.
like let's go back and look at what we were talking about is like streaming and viewership and all that. So once you get their attention, are you doing anything specific to retain them as like a listener or a fan?
Well, I'm not sure really. I think we get noticed. Like if we go out to play a gig, there will be some guy coming up to us and say, "Hey, I saw that you did a cover on Ed Guy song. Great work." And then they continue to talk with us, and they say, "Oh, and I want to buy a T-shirt of you." And then they buy a T-shirt, and then it seems like we have a fan. And or when we release a new single, people they come up and say, "Hey, your last single, it had some really great solo on that," and so I think we get noticed, but we don't get consistently that many streams each year. I think putting out new stuff is more to get noticed, and then when we play live, we notice the fans, the
Yeah.
guys that buy the T-shirts.
Right. Well, I think a large part of that with being a band is like it's fan retention, right? So once you have their attention, it's how can I sorry, I look at this as like a sales job. You know what I mean? Like, so
Oh yeah.
it's like, oh, I have your attention. What can I do to, you know, like contact you more or put the band's name in your face more often? So, a lot of bands, or some bands, I should say, utilize like what most salespeople do, like a CRM, so a customer relationship
Yeah.
manager, right? So they can send out emails. You retain their. Sorry, my phone's going off, and I have it on do not disturb. So I'm like, what the hell? Uh, but it constantly like touches them, and whether they open the email or not, they see the band name,
Mm.
and then
Yeah.
they're like, oh shit, recognize. I need to go and do that. So ah, I'm a salesman, so I'm like, that's where my brain goes, and that is why my phone is going off right now. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Well, yeah, I think you have something there. Like, if you're a musician, you should put out new music. That's the base idea. And if you don't put out something new every now and then, you're not doing it right.
Well, but
So
I think it's not necessarily about the new music. It's there's a lot of things that you can do to contact the people, right? Part of it's new music, part of it's new merch, part of it's
yeah,
the show's coming up. But every time you're like, hey, we're going to play a show, and you blast it to essentially everyone
yeah,
in your database, they see it. Hey, we're doing a pre-sale on a shirt that we're going to do.
mm.
Blast it out to the database. Oh, cool. And they're seeing they see the name, and it kind of helps the growth of the band. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is
Mhm.
a great idea. I think we should do that in more like we put on a commercial, like an ad on our channels, like a Facebook ad saying
Yeah.
we're playing at this venue at this date. Come now, and then we put a few updates on that, and then but that's all. That's sort of all we do about it. We don't do emails. We don't have a database, but maybe we should do that. It's a great
Yeah.
idea.
Well, so you can start with MailChimp. MailChimp is totally free,
Yeah.
and you just collect everyone's, collect their emails on a list, at a show or where they can sign up on the internet or whatever, and
Mm.
start marketing to them, because
Mhm.
it's what you do. The band is a business essentially, and you just want to how do you perpetuate the business? You put the name out there, you get that name recognition going, and best way to do it is getting people's information, so that the I'm so tired, and I'm trying to like not brain fart completely, but he who holds the information controls the world, right? So if you
Yeah.
the more information you collect, the better it goes. So
It could be
let's
a song name.
that hell yeah, he controls the world. So what let's start with Antos. Like, what got you into music? What was there like a defining moment where you just went, oh, I want to do that?
Uh, yeah, I mean, when I started to like play like more seriously, it was probably I don't know, I was heavily influenced by Iron Maiden when I was around 14 or 15. So I remember that I saw the Rock and Rio concert, and I thought it was so cool. So that was probably like one of those moments, I guess, where you just, this is what I want to do. I want to play guitar. I want to be better. Uh, so yeah,
Oh
it's one of
yeah,
those moments.
that's a great, like, that's a great well, I don't want to say introduction, but that's a great like inspiration.
Yeah.
One of the largest like metal bands and traditional heavy metal bands at that point, right?
Yeah.
Like, how about you, Lewis?
Well, I would say that what got me into it was that I think I was something like 14 or 13. I can't really remember. And I listened basically to the drum solo intro of Painkiller by Judas Priest because that one is really amazing. And I thought I'd be really nice if I could play that on the drums. So I got into drumming. Long story short, I never managed to play the solo anyway. But I got into drumming at some point. And after a couple of years, I was quite tired, I would say, of sitting behind the drum. So I decided to self teach myself the bass. And a couple of years after that, I moved to Sweden, and I randomly joined the Razor Attack after seeing after I think sending a couple of messages on Facebook. So that was nice.
That's awesome. That's so funny. Where are you from originally?
France. I'm French.
Oh, you're French. You're one of those people. No, I'm just kidding. Just
Another one.
yeah, another French person. That's okay. Like I'm American. I'm sure people are like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Whatever.
No, no.
France has got Hellfest, dude. Like that
Hmm?
is in my mind, that's like the premier like festival. That's where I want to go and see. Tommy, your turn. What got you into music? What was your defining moment?
Well, I'm not sure there really was a moment, defining moment, but like I have two older siblings and they both played guitar, and I started playing guitar at the age of 10 myself, and we lived like in the middle of nowhere. I had actually not that much to do, so I was playing guitar because I was bored, sort of. And then just I think became like a serial band starter. So I don't know how many bands I've played in, but uh, Razor Attack has been the longest running band at least. So
We could say you've got
and
a
we have
productive boredom.
so 5 years. We've been playing for 5 years now. So that's a new record for me. So I think guitar playing has been more like therapy for me for curing boredom.
Yeah, I mean that it's in my mind it's music or drugs. I'd rather do the music. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, exactly.
Like I'm bored. You look at small town America and everyone's all strung out on like meth. Like that doesn't look like fun. You're like walking around. What do I do? Like no, no, no. I'd probably play guitar too.
Sweden is really dense in metal bands. Even though a small population, like here in Linköping, we have Ghost. That band. They come from
Yeah,
here. So this is not a densely populated place. And where I come from, you have Sabaton, if you know those,
yeah.
and really close to where my parents live, you have Peter Tägtgren playing in Hypocrisy and Pain. Um,
That's so
so
wild.
yeah, like my mother, she used to meet him at the supermarket.
That's
Yeah,
I it it's so funny talking music because you don't whenever you think about a band, you don't think about them at home in their normal life where they like wake up and drink coffee and have to mow the lawn and go grocery shopping. So you see them out and
yeah.
it's like, what the heck? What? What's going on? So weird. So, do you guys, I guess because it's such a like densely band populated region, like does that happen a lot? Like you go to the gas station and you run into, I don't know, fucking Rob Halford. I mean, I know he's not doesn't live over there, but just as an example, right? Just run into a bunch of people.
Really no,
Yeah.
or you wouldn't know it was them
Yeah.
because I think every series like band people. They have like a stage persona, and which is not quite recognizable from their other persona, at least in like heavy metal.
Yeah, that's it. That's fair. When you're dressed normal versus whatever you're wearing on stage, it's generally going to be different. You don't go grocery shopping head to toe leather stage outfit. Like, look at me, got my tomato.
The fans would probably dress up in leathers, but like Rob Halford, he would probably go to the supermarket with a like kitten T-shirt or something.
100%, he would.
Perhaps we should bring groceries on stage for the next show. That will make it up.
You do. So, do you guys do Halloween over there?
Oh yeah, it's been imported.
Yeah. So, here, Halloween is obviously everyone dresses up. You go door to door, ask for candy or trick or treat, and they give out candy. One of my friends, a couple years ago, they ran out of candy, so they started giving away potatoes. So, so the next year, the kids remembered the house and they were like, "Hey, we got candy," and they're like, "Can I have a potato?" What? Like, I'd rather have the potato. Like, okay, so that now they go and buy a couple of bags of like potatoes, and they give those out. What a good time.
Mm.
What like what bands right now are like the bands you guys are listening to the most?
For me, it's probably Judas Priest and Unleash the Archers from Canada. Yeah.
I think that's where Rob Halford is living in Canada right now.
Yeah, he doesn't live in Britain anymore, at least. I don't know where.
Yeah, I feel like it's Canada. I could be wrong. Sorry, Rob. I don't know. I'm not really a stalker, I swear. Uh, how about you, Lewis?
In general, I'm mostly listening to either Leprous or the Pineapple Thief. So very proggish stuff.
Okay. I'm not much into the. I'm a little bit into the prog, but not like a whole lot.
Mm.
How does that like influence your playing?
Not necessarily by much, but I would say the only influence that is getting me is that I would try to give a different rhythm to each chorus I'm playing or each verse I'm playing. I will play the exact same chords or the exact same notes, but I will change the rhythm of the fashion in which I play from one verse to the other so that it feels different.
Oh, that's nice. That's a smart way to do it because it also kind of changes the song too, which makes the listener I would assume makes the listener pay a little more attention to like what's going on, you know?
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
God,
At the
that's
same time,
fucking wild.
there's also just a limit where you should not overdo it because otherwise it will not feel like too much new wave of heavy metal. At the same time, you want a bit of tradition blending
Yeah.
in. So it's
Yeah.
not a tough cookie, but you got to find a balance.
Well, that's why I'm not like a huge fan of like Yngwie Malmsteen. I feel like
Oh,
I know, like he's a great player, but he's so technical. To me, there's no like soul. He's just like, look at me, I can play a lot of notes really fast, but you know,
some of the people he has worked with, like some singers are so good, so talented.
yeah, yeah, it's wild. How about you, Antos? Who are you listening to right now?
For the moment, I do listen a lot of to Parkway Drive.
Okay.
Yes, I was actually at their concert yesterday in Gothenburg, so it was a great show, fantastic. And also like Avenged Sevenfold a lot. Yeah, So those are kind of like my favorite bands now for the moment, I
Right
would
on.
say.
So didn't Parkway Drive just like cancel a show?
Yeah, in Copenhagen, I think. It was
I
something
think you're
about
right.
it was something about their like too much stuff to bring or something, so the venue couldn't handle it. I think it was something like that.
Yeah, I think it had to do with like their pyro or something.
Yeah, it was a lot of pyro yesterday, so I can understand it.
Yeah. I've not seen Parkway Drive, and I'm like I am not a Avenged Sevenfold fan. They just don't, it's one of
Yeah,
those things just eh.
yeah.
Um but Tommy brought up Ghost. So the first time I saw Ghost, so funny. It was Avenged Sevenfold, Deftones, and Ghost was opening the show. And my family, it Deftones is like one of our family bands, so if they're playing a show, we go see Deftones. Well, so we go to see Deftones, and it was like Ghost opened, then Deftones, then Avenged Sevenfold. My wife and I went, so we walk in, and I was so enthralled with like the Ghost set and what they were doing. It was so like King Diamond
They put
based.
on a great show. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, it was so fantastic. I was enthralled. But so that like great show, and I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. And then Deftones play, and I was like, okay, I'm not staying for Avenged Sevenfold. Wife says, okay, let's go. So on our way out, there were some kids that were super excited. So we gave them our tickets and our wristbands so they could go get up next to the stage.
That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I want. It might not be my thing, but shit. Obviously, they liked it. Like, go have a good time. Like, I said, are you
Yeah.
sure? Like, hell yeah, dude, go. It's gonna be great. And I hope those kids like grow up or have grown up and are able to like pay it forward to some other kids that maybe didn't have the opportunity to do that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, how far into the new album, like writing, are you, or recording, or whatever?
So we have released two singles,
Yeah.
one in January and one right now. So right now we have, I think, 9 songs for the album, where we have put the drums on 6 of them. So we always start with the drums. So, or where I start with what you call it?
Scratch track.
Yeah, a scratch track, like where I do MIDI drums and play guitars, bass, and vocals, and then use that for recording drums. And after that, we record like rhythm guitars and bass guitars, so it will be tight to the drums. So because our drummer isn't here, but he's really creative on the drums. He's playing to a metronome, but he's doing some crazy stuff, and we really want to have it as tight as possible.
Oh yeah, I thought you
So
said he's terrible, and I was like,
no.
no, hold on, what?
So it's like we could try to match his drumming to the metronome, so we will align each hit to the metronome, but it would sort of destroy the feeling of it all. So we try to not use any time correction on the drums, and then so we always start with the drums at least, or or now we're doing it because we have tried a few different approaches in the past. But start with the drums, do rhythm guitars. How many songs have we done rhythm guitars for, Antos?
I think it's 3 songs now.
Okay.
Should be 3 songs.
Including the first 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're a little bit behind. Louis, I think you have recorded bass for more than 3 songs at least.
Perhaps I have absolutely a very bad memory at what I'm doing. I pick the track, I play it, and then okay.
Uh, I don't think we will release another single in the near future because uh, we might release a single closer to when we are ready to release the album.
Mm.
Hopefully not
Yeah,
too far away.
you know, the release strategy always like so many bands or so many artists, do it so many different ways. And, I always wonder about that, right? Like you have some artists that they're very single heavy. So they'll, instead of writing a full album, they write and record a song, release it as a single, write, record a song, release it as a single, right? And they,
Yeah.
then when they get 10 singles or whatever, they're like, here's the album. Um and being old, I feel like that doesn't work for me because it's a single driven album, whereas I think you look at a lot of the traditional heavy metal, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, like all those fucking bands, they wrote the album as an album, and then they just had a couple of singles off it, right? So the flow of the album was solid. Now,
Oh, yeah.
obviously you guys are two singles into it, two singles released already with, like a few songs recorded, or, part of songs
Like we have a
recorded.
general idea of all the songs that would end up on the album and like the feel of it. Uh, but we're sort of releasing the songs for our own sake because we want to play these songs and we want to play them live. So we learn the songs and we play them live and then we release it to say this is our new song, basically. And then we're releasing the album more because uh, I think it would get better attention to save up for an album and then make a big release because uh, some people are interested in singles, but not that many. More people are interested in a full album, actually.
Yeah, and in our world, in the heavy metal world, people are really looking more for the, that full album experience versus like the pop world. They don't really give a shit about the full album. They just want like singles,
Yeah.
and nothing against that, but you know, I'm a I'm a full album guy. If I listen to a band, I want to hear the whole. I pick an album and I listen to it from start to finish before I move on to something else.
Yeah, but metal fans, they are more like immersive and supportive. They want to have the album. They want to buy a T-shirt with the album art on it.
Yeah.
So they don't just listen to a song, their favorite song, and put it on a playlist. They want to support the band, I think.
Yeah, they absolutely do. I mean, the the metal community is so small that so many fans, they want to buy the shirt, they want to buy the album, they whatever they can do to support the band to get more
Yeah.
music from the band. You know.
Yeah.
Mm. I witnessed it last night. We went to a show. Last two nights there have been shows. I am right now. Uh, so my daughter and her friend went to the show, and this band actually played Lordship. They
Mm.
are heavy. It's just heavy. I call it caveman doom, but they're so good. Uh, so we watched the set and we get done, and my daughter and her friend come up to me, and they're not kids. They are adults. They're 19 or whatever at this point. But they come up to me and they were like, "We love that. Can we go buy shirts?" I'm like, do whatever you want. It's your money. But seeing seeing the kids enjoy it, or seeing a fan enjoy it, and then going to buy something specifically because they enjoyed it, like that, that's, to me, that's what music is about, right? You buy
Oh
the
yeah.
shirt, you rep the band. It's supporting that thing, whatever that thing is.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So how many shirts do you guys have?
How many shirts we have left?
No.
Oh,
How many different designs?
oh, this was the last design, right?
Yep, it's the last one because we thought about doing a new one for Your Evil. I think with the jacket we had for the single.
So it was quite interesting because we got booked for I think 4 or 5 shows at the same time that we released the single, and then we just came up with let's do a tour T-shirt. So we did this T-shirt, and then the last time we made like in 2024 we did the album art as a T-shirt, and I think we printed the album T-shirt maybe 3 times or something. So we reprinted that as a T-shirt, like yeah, for the whole last year. And before that, we just had a logo.
All right. So
So,
are you guys gonna do a You Are Evil shirt?
well, it didn't really kick off that much. I don't know, and we have no really we don't have that much gigs in the near future. So
Yeah, but people buy
we
them
will do
online.
we will print T-shirt for our next gig for sure. We still have T-shirts left from like the album T-shirts. So we still have some T-shirts left, but we almost sold out on the last gigs because we didn't really print any new T-shirts for a few months now. So uh, yeah, we're a bit behind schedule on that. So I don't know when we will print, what design we will print. We've discussed the You Are Evil cover, but I don't know what people
Yeah.
think. What?
I don't know. We've been discussing like Armageddon logo as well, but we haven't decided really yet. So,
Mm.
but it will be in your t-shirts for sure.
You should. I bet that Armageddon. I bet an Armageddon design could be cool as fuck.
Yeah,
So this
yeah,
is the
probably.
album. This is the Razor of Steel. Yeah, the Armageddon would be a great T-shirt, I think,
Yeah.
because it's the song that gets streamed the most.
Yep.
I actually did a T-shirt design for the Armageddon when we did it as a single. Was it like 3 years ago, 2 years ago?
Yeah, the single is released 2022. Yeah,
2022.
yes, I think so.
Yeah, and then we didn't really print any T-shirts back then for that single.
Hmm. That's it's interesting seeing like where I'm going to call it a market, but where the world is going with that, because growing up, I don't feel like you had a lot of different art for different singles. There was a little bit of it, but now you see a lot more of it. Like bands spend a lot of time and energy getting, specific art for like every song on the album. I don't, I don't know where I was going with that. Eh.
Yeah, but we used to like pay artists to do designs, and how we want to do a design is you basically provide them with a prompt, and you get something back, and you're not always that happy with the results. You do a few iterations, and then you get something. But like, yeah, we've done some AI stuff for the artwork now.
No,
Sorry about that.
no. That that is, it brings up like that. The biggest argument today is like, are how many people are moving towards like AI with art. And didn't they just have like an AI artist chart on like the Billboard Top 100 or something? They charted at like number 5 or something.
Oh,
Mhm.
Like that's scary.
yeah. But for the album artwork, when we release the album and we'll print it, I know Antos is really against AI artwork. We might do a like mock-up in AI and then send to a real artist to say, this is the style we're after. This is the object that we want to have.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I always feel like I understand giving them kind of a general idea of what you're looking for. And I also feel that when you find an artist that you connect with, when you have those
Yeah.
conversations, that they can give you 2 or 3 and they nail the art, dude.
Yeah.
The more times
So
you
this
use the
one,
AI,
this was done with a real artist,
yeah.
but it was sort of done by the real artist. It was on Fiverr, you know.
Mhm.
But wasn't really happy with the final design even after a few iterations. So I did some touch up myself in Photoshop. Well, we paid him for the work, and we were happy for 90% of it. But
Well,
but
and
still,
that's fine, right? But I think, the argument isn't like someone is not getting paid for the art. It's that
Mm.
we're letting a computer generate this art that, uh, I guess, is soulless. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
exactly.
you start losing that human connection. And when we
I hate it when I see like a metal song being produced by AI and it's up on YouTube with AI moving pictures, and you have like so many streams on that song because I don't know.
because it hits
Yeah,
all those hot, like, it's all the hot words and all SEO like optimized, and it
yeah,
takes everything people love, and I'm going to put it in this one thing.
yeah.
So
But I don't think people would pay to see an AI song on a real venue though,
yeah, but they're but
without a real musician playing it.
well, right, but they don't have to go to the show to support that, though, right? Like, you have the AI artist that's streaming. It's essentially taking money away from like the you.
Yeah, on streaming.
Yeah,
But
so
they will, but like T-shirt sales. Who would buy an AI artist T-shirt?
I mean, they're listening to the stream. I'm sure someone's going to buy the AI artist T-shirt, right? They're going to buy the album that was designed by, the artwork that was designed by AI. Like, that's where that argument lies. It's like, what's going to benefit the artist, not the computer.
Yeah, maybe we should just don't focus that much on streams and focus more on like live shows.
Live shows,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's that's where I think that's where everyone should be. Live shows. It's where you break down a lot of barriers and have that like human to human connection. And that's when we don't have that connection, I think that's when we start to build more walls and isolate, and then we don't understand, like, or we don't think about other people, right? It's like, well, in my world, it's just me. Shit. Get out to a show, see that there are other people, have conversations, enjoy music together,
Yeah.
break bread, whatever, that I think
And you have a real
those,
experience.
yeah, like those experiences will make the world a better place. But if people are not doing those things, it's going to cause so much more division. Holy shit! I shouldn't have did.
Traditional heavy metal has something really good going on there because like some genres of metal they have like backing tracks and they are not always what you hear is not always what you see. Like you can
And
have pre-recorded
I
vocals
wouldn't.
and pre-recorded guitars.
Yeah,
Traditional heavy
but
metal is more like
I wouldn't say that it's really a style of music, right? Like I think that's all artist based.
yeah,
Because there are bands across all genres that they have the backing tracks, and I get once in a while, but if you go out there to sing and you have an entire backing track band, like just go to the karaoke bar, you know?
exactly.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I gotta run. I got
Yeah,
a couple things I need to take care of. So
this
thank you.
has been great.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you so
you.
much for your time.
Yeah, thank you
Um,
very much.
Thank you so much.
hell yeah. Let me know when the album when you're starting to like push that. All right.
Oh yeah, I will for
Will do.
sure.
Awesome. Have a great day, guys.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
too.
you do.
Thanks. See ya.